And we are back with another disturbed reality video, and this one is, what is this one called? This one's called a gruesome new La Familia Michoacana cartel video, bloodbath and bathroom execution. And you guys seem to love these videos. I love reacting to these videos. Obviously it's not the original gore video. They wouldn't allow that on YouTube. I honestly would react to that if I could react to that. If they allowed that, I would. I've seen a lot of these videos. If you guys do want to find a place to watch all the actual gore videos, I see a lot of people asking. You could go on Reddit. Reddit has a lot of those pages. There used to be a site called Best Gore. I think they took that down. But there's a lot of websites out there. But just be cautious, because it's not like, if you can handle it, I can handle this kind of stuff. So I would watch it. Like, if you want to go watch it and can handle it, I would. But if you have a weak stomach and you don't think you can handle these kind of things, then don't watch it, because it's actually like insane, bro. Like, it sticks in your head for a very, very long time, and you just get images of it. So that's just a warning. But I am starting this video kind of like halfway through. Usually in the beginning of Disturbed Realities videos, he kind of just tells like the background of what's been happening with that specific cartel recently, and just all the things they've been doing, the alliances they're building, just the history of it, you know. So the video was almost 30 minutes long, so we're just gonna skip to kind of halfway to where they tell where he tells what happened with the video and describes the video, because I've never seen this video yet. I think it's kind of brand new, actually. So if you guys do want to go check out what he was talking about in the beginning, I'll leave a link down in the description so you guys can. But without further ado, let's just see what he's talking about.
To make matters worse, numerous criminal actors currently operate in the state, such as La Nueva and Los Viagras, as well as CJNG, Guerrero, Los Tlacos, and a whole host of others. The sheer number of organizations in the area vying for power and control is a surefire recipe for extreme violence. Guerrero
They're all violence,
has turned
bro.
into one of the key states in the drug wars.
It's actually insane how crazy violent they are.
It has turned into arguably the capital of heroin production in Mexico.
Heroin?
With numerous labs, primarily in the countryside, dotted across the states. Very often, sicarios belonging to various cartel groups will set up camps in the mountains of Guerrero, essentially acting as lookouts and guards for nearby heroin production labs. It's a full-time job.
That's crazy.
And if they are caught slipping, it may mean that they don't live to see another day.
That's
in
a
recent days,
scary job right there.
One video surfaced from the Sierra Madre del Sur mountain range in Guerrero, where suspected members of La Nueva Familia Michoacana were murdered by Los Tlacos sicarios. Los Tlacos, also known as Cartel de la Sierra, are said to be allied to CJNG in Guerrero State. The video showcases the aftermath of an ambush on a La Nueva Familia makeshift lookout camp. The video shows two dead men laying in a man-made trench, with tar acting as a tent. The two men occupied the position as a lookout over the mountain, aiming to spot any potential rival sicarios, though it is said that they were caught slipping and were ambushed as they were sleeping. It appears that the two men were shot. As you play the video, you see the sunrise over the Sierra Madre del Sur mountain range, indicating that the video took place during the early hours of the morning. Both of the dead men lay in the trench as a Los Tlacos sicario takes a combat knife and beheads one of the deceased victims. He slices around the victim's neck and then chops with a knife to cut through the spinal cords. After a few cracking chops with the knife, the victim is beheaded in double quick time.
Damn.
The sicario then carries the head out of the trench and looks over the mountain range as he cusses out the ops. He screams, "Your world's just gone to shit, you dogs. This here is for you Gats, Pez and Freza." Pez and Freza being Johnny Hurtado Olascoaga and Alfredo Hurtado Olasco.
They're like going to war,
who are
bro.
the leaders of La Nueva. The Sicarios seem to be having fun, though
Fun?
one warns, guys,
That's fun?
make sure you don't get shot from anyone down below, while another replies, send some more men up here, we are the absolute placos. Though this wasn't the only graphic video involving La Nueva to be released in recent days. On the 10th of May 2023, a gruesome clip was released to the internet which showcases the execution of an alleged independent drug dealer. The video is believed to have been shot in and around Toluca, which is interesting as according to my research, La Nueva have had little to no presence in the city.
One of the other videos we actually reacted to a lot, I think the one where the girl went missing or like something like that, and then they killed the girl and then beheaded her with a butter knife, that was in Toluca as well. So a lot of things are happening in this city right now, which is crazy. So that whoever's in that city is probably like scared for their life because they don't know what the fuck is going on.
Recently,
I don't know if it's always been like that though, or like it just started getting like that, you know?
On the area. But nevertheless, what happens in the actual video? Upon watching the clip, my initial reaction was that the video harkens back to the old school Cartel videos. The vibes, setting, and the overall feel of a video reminded me of another Cartel execution clip, which was the murder of Manuel Mendez Leiva, which was believed to be the first narco beheading video. The video
I don't think I've seen that one.
is 2 minutes and 18 seconds long, and the setting is that of an all-white tiled bathroom. You see the victim, who is an overweight male, and he has his shirt removed with his hands tied behind his back, as well as having his mouth gagged and his eyes blinded.
That is a fat ass knife, bro.
The
What?
Sicario is dressed in all black and is wearing a ski mask with sunglasses to protect his identity. He is carrying a butcher's knife. It looks to be some sort of meat cleaver. The Sicario then reads out a message, a warning to those in the area. He states, "The purge has begun against all the crystal meth dealers in the neighborhoods of Santiago, Tiangustenco, and Almoloya del Rio. It is prohibited to consume or sell crystal meth here. Julian Castro, I'm coming after your guys.
What the
This drug
fuck is going
plaza
on?
has an owner.
That's
Yours
crazy.
truly, Familia Michoacana. I'm coming after you, pussies." A song can also be heard playing in the background throughout the entire video. The song is the 80s hit Call Me by Blondie, a distinctive catchy tune which weirdly adds to the eeriness of the video. After the Sicario reads out the statements, the brutality then ensues. This occurs at 20 seconds into the video. The Sicario seems to be rushing the statement, and he actually sounds nervous. It sounds like his voice breaks.
It could have been one of his first times doing that, or I don't
The
know.
way he carries himself indicates that this may be the first time that he's done this, or that he is new to it. The killer then places the blade of a meat cleaver on the victim's throat and begins to slowly slice from left to right. The video gets extremely bloody almost immediately after the first slice. Blood pours incredibly quickly down the victim's chest and leaks onto the white tile floor. As the blood hits the tiles, the constant droplets sounds almost like a shower. Due to the white aesthetic of the room, it only serves to make the video appear even more bloody. Due to the gag in the victim's mouth, he cannot scream at all, but the sounds he does make are incredibly hard to listen to. It's hard to describe the sounds, but the aggressive gurgling of blood and gasps for air echo in the tiled bathroom. The sounds are incredibly violent.
Do you think that's top 5 worst ways to die? Or you think that's like, there's worse, obviously there's worse ways to die, but that has to be like top 5, right? Like getting beheaded, like there's no way. Like they used to do it a lot, like back in the medieval days and shit, where they would like chop off your head and like do some crazy torture methods. But I feel like this right here is part of that, and it is just horrible.
As the blood hits the floor and the victim gurgles and wheezes, it sounds the same as if somebody is being sick. He tries to struggle by moving side to side, but the razor-sharp meat cleaver has already penetrated his windpipe, which lessens his struggles as time goes on. Eventually, the victim ends up on his back. The blood loss and struggle for breath is slowly killing him. The aggressive gurgling wheezing sounds turn into a lighter snoring type sound. Some describe it as the death rattle. As the victim is on his back,
bro.
The killer continues to slice the victim's throat around the neck. He appears to be struggling to get the right angle to cut, and appears flustered throughout the video. The victim's wheezing sounds turn less and less frequent as the killer continues to do his business. The dying man then makes a sound that is similar to that of somebody who is reaching and nearly vomiting. The poor victim then appears to stop breathing, and the killer then uses the cleaver and starts chopping with it. Due to the small proximity of the room, plus the wet tile floor, which is becoming increasingly slippy, the killer stops cutting up the victim for a moment and attempts to drag him closer to the centre of the bathroom to give him more room. However, he only ends up pulling down the victim's pants. Once he does this, the victim, who I'm assuming is dead at this point, or is very close to death, can be seen urinating himself. A common occurrence when somebody has died or is close to death. The Sicario then gives up trying to drag the victim and resumes to slicing at the victim's neck with the cleaver. He has no luck cutting through the spine, so he then lifts the victim's chin and starts to hack with the cleaver. You hear the heavy blade crunching and cutting through the bone. Once again, the sound echoes through the bathroom. Each strike progressively gets harder, to the point to where the blade hitting the spinal cord causes nerve spikes and then jolts the victim's legs, almost giving him the appearance that he has been reanimated. After a few hacks, the killer finally beheads the victim. He picks up the head and holds it up to the camera. The Sicario looks shattered and tired. He then states, "I'm coming after you pussies." His voice breaks again, and he pants due to the strenuously brutal activity that he has just engaged in. The final sight is that of a bloody bathroom, something akin to a Saw movie. The video then ends. It's certainly a very bloody video.
That sounds horrible.
One in which I would recommend that you do not look for. It's actually one of the bloodiest cartel videos I've seen in quite some time. And it's the second video in recent weeks that La Nueva have released. Of course, not so long ago, they released a video where they gutted a rival who they captured prior. That video in itself is very traumatic due to the screams, etc. So these guys, La Nueva Familia Mexicana, are not playing around right now, and it appears that they are trying to expand, which of course is bad news because when a cartel does this, when they try to branch out,
they're just gonna keep doing some crazy shit, bro.
Extreme violence in the areas in which they move to.
Damn.
You know, fighting other cartels, things of that nature. So the next few weeks, the next few months, given what is going on, in Tamaulipas, for example, with the Scorpion group of the Gulf Cartel really going to war right now, as well as La Nueva's apparent expansion plans in Michoacan, Guerrero, and Mexico State, things could get very bloody in the coming weeks and months. So don't be surprised if we see many new graphic videos released in the not too distant future.
That is actually insane. Like I said, bro, I didn't say it, but he said it. If I don't recommend watching this stuff, but if you are curious, there are specific websites to it. I'm not saying do it. Obviously, if you have a weak stomach, do not do it. Me saying that is not gonna help. It's not gonna change your guys' minds. If you want to do it, you're gonna do it no matter what, because that's how I was. But I just don't have a weak stomach to this kind of stuff. I've kind of seen so many crazy of these crazy videos, bro, that like, I don't know, it just never really affected me. I don't know why. But Disturbed Reality back at it with a crazy video, a crazy story. I wonder if he actually watches these. Oh, he does watch them, but like, do people send them to him, or does he have like a plug for this, a specific website? Because he goes in detail. He goes into crazy detail about these videos. So I don't know if he has a writer or he does it or what, but he's going insane with the content. So comment down below what you guys want me to react to next. Subscribe for new. Like this video if you enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.